So I'll just pick up from where it was left off. There is an entire other half of that office. It's a civil division. I've had civil litigation in my background. In fact, prior to the pandemic, that's what I was doing. I was a civil litigator. So that is important, and it affects all of us in this regard. As the sheriff indicated earlier, there was a vote on the jail. And that vote is now somewhat in doubt based on a Court of Appeals decision that was recently handed down in June. That is why it's so vitally important to have a fresh set of eyes with a new perspective in that office, because in the civil division capacity, you are responsible for helping the other elected officials, including the county supervisors, understand what they can and can't do. The recorder, understand what they can and cannot do. Elections director, understand what they can and cannot do. I've had many of those conversations with clients in my office that don't want to hear what I have to say. They don't. It is my responsibility, if I'm worth a lick as a defense attorney, to communicate with them to make them understand why they should operate or why they should do a certain thing. That is a huge responsibility and a huge role in the county attorney's office. Now the fact that the Court of Appeals has sent this back down to the Superior Court, it is possible that we have to rerun that election. I know that won't make Sheriff Daniels happy for a second, nor will it make anybody else who works in those jails, who goes to those jails, and understands the need for that. And it's why it's so critical to have somebody in that office that is not afraid to have those conversations and explain why we can or cannot do something. And for that reason, that is part of your responsibility. It isn't just the criminal side. That's certainly important for the health and safety of this community. Nobody disputes that. But there's also another side, a civil side, that has a direct effect and affects all of us, and it comes out of our pocket. Because if we have to rerun that, it's going to cost this county a lot of money. And there's also the possibility that the result might be different this time. And this county cannot afford those situations and those things happening, which is why it's so critically important that the people of this community understand the importance of having a fresh voice and a new set of eyes on that county attorney's office.